Hey folks, good morning, how you doing? A little bit out of our normal remit, as you're aware. We are just here for one operation and one operation only, although we will obviously be capturing all the other aircraft that are coming out in between that. We are here to celebrate a retirement. You don't celebrate it, do you? Just give a friendly wave off to Virgin Atlantic captain who has been flying with Virgin Atlantic for many, many years. And we got a message last night from Darren Francis, a Virgin Atlantic senior first officer, who is flying with Gary today. Now, what's interesting is this is what we're looking out for. They're still at gate, obviously, and we've got Virgin VS131 to Barbados. So open up your Flight Radar 24 app, folks, and you can filter VS131. In fact, you just search at the top bar Virgin VS131 and then live on map. Mind you, it might not be live at the moment, but anyway, just go to Heathrow, filter into Heathrow, and we are looking out for a Virgin 350 VS131 due out at 11:05, now being pushed back around about 11:50. We're hearing there's de-icing. Well, there has been de-icing going on. It's getting a little bit warmer, literally by the minute here. Is it really? So Gary, ladies and gentlemen, his name is Gary. This is Gary. Hold on, folks. Sorry. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, hello BEA, the little beautiful little A319, which is still alive and kicking, only just. But anyway, he has flown with Virgin Atlantic for 26 years, folks. That's how well they look after them there. There's a lot of Virgin crew that have told me how happy they are with working for Virgin Atlantic. He's been flying with them for 26 years. He's flown the A330, the A340 and the 747, and now flying on his last operation on the A350. Before that, he was in the RAF as an instructor on the Tornado. How about that, folks? And Darren, let's just have a look here, because we've been messaging all morning. Got some great pictures from Darren, and we are looking forward to watching him out. Delayed 45 minutes. Chris O has sent me some more pictures. He landed earlier on with a 5-knot tailwind, which was why we're a little bit surprised to be on these operations at the moment, because theoretically they're actually taking off into a tailwind. You can see the little puffs of steam coming out of that hotel over there, definitely pointing in this direction. Gary's flight VS131 to Barbados. What a great way to sign off, eh? But he's given me some more information. Gary flew a full career in the RAF flying Tornadoes before joining Virgin, 26 years in the company, flying the Jumbo 330, 340 and 350. Give him a butter and a shout out. Gary Stingmore, I think it is. Is that Stingmore? He's doing his last flight with senior first officer Darren Francis, or Butter as he claims you called him. Yeah, so there we go. VS131, folks, that's what we're looking out for. Let me find it now on my flight. What's interesting is that Gary's sister, I think it is it Gary's sister? No, Gary's wife is cabin crew on the jet, and her sister is also flying as well. So it's going to be a bit of a party atmosphere on board, no doubt. So I'm on my Flight Radar 24 app now, that you can download it, folks, absolutely free of charge. and stay with it. I would imagine that anybody who downloads the Flight Radar 24 app will probably stay with it, because it's one of those handy sort of apps that you can track aircraft wherever they are in the world. If you've got a loved one flying somewhere, from somewhere to somewhere, you can track them all the way across oceans and land as well, right the way throughout their entire flight. In fact, it's funny, when I fly out, I often get people saying, "Oh, we followed you all the way." So, fair enough. While I was asleep. But we'll wait for VS131 to come on radar. In the meantime, we'll catch some planes going out, shall we? So the de-icing. Oh, listen to those engines. Tell you what. Let's just go on here now. So the de-icing pad's in operation at the moment. Look at that, folks. It's quite an eerie thing when you're sitting on board an aircraft that's being, well, it's, in some cases it's de-iced, in other cases it's anti-icing. That looks kind of orange to me. So if you go and look, de-ice fluid types, there is some discrepancy, well, not discrepancy, but there is some sort of, like, you know, the four main types of de-icing and anti-icing fluids for aircraft are type 1, 2, 3 and 4. The thinnest fluid, type 1, with a low viscosity and short holdover time. In other words, they don't need it to be on there long, it literally will peel off the aircraft as it starts to move. Type 2, a viscous fluid with a thickening agent that allows it to remain on the aircraft for longer. It's suited to aircraft with rotation speeds over 100 knots. Type 2 fluids are typically colourless. The type 1, which I believe we're looking at here, is an orange in colour. It's not effective for anti-icing. Oh, okay. It's a low viscosity and short holdover time, used to remove initial contamination from aircraft surfaces. So that means that some of these aircraft that are coming out of gate have been sitting at stand either overnight or for a particular amount of time. So they built up a very small amount of ice on the wing surfaces and also on the fuselage as well, or more importantly on the flight surfaces as well. Type 3 fluid, which is yellow in colour with a thickening agent and longer holdover time than type 1, but it shears off at lower speeds. We're going to see that right now, folks, where it shears off. You'll see, in fact, what is interesting is down at the other end of runway, as you see this Virgin jet lined up, you can just about see it. There's a haze down there, and part of that is obviously just the general weather plays a big part of it. But another big part of it is the fact that these jets, as they build up speed, the fluid will start to pour off the wings, and you'll see it literally as it goes past us as well. Don't be alarmed, because it looks like it's sort of like trailing fuel almost, you would wonder, but it isn't. It's just the fluid coming off the fuselage and the wings. So we're hearing that it might be type 2 over there. Okay, Darren's just confirmed we are boarding now, should be ready in 20 minutes, he's saying. Type 4 is a viscous fluid with a thickening agent and a longer holdover time than Type 2. It's suitable for use on the ground. Type 4 fluids are typically green in colour. Okay, so that's your information on the different types of fluids. And of course, the de-icing teams obviously have that at their disposal. Oh, Jeffrey Phillips is boarding, and saying that they haven't started boarding yet, but we'll see. See, he's just having his... Okay, he's maybe Virgin Ops. Thank you, Jeffrey. We appreciate the updates. Look, see what's behind. A lot of people are unaware of what is behind the nose cone or the radome. They call it a radome because it's a radar dome, basically, is the weather radar. And there it is, folks. That's all that is behind the dome there that you see, which is quite interesting. Obviously, having an inspection at the moment. So, like I said, it's this is just for you guys, and also hello to anybody from the Virgin family who are watching at the moment. We'll always do something like this, folks. It will always. I had a request from Zane Dunning, who a lot of people will remember from back in the days when we did the 747s. He's flying the 787 now with Virgin Atlantic. Been with Virgin for many years. He had a pal of his retiring. He was going down to Joburg, and he's now back and retired. I hope you've got your feet up, sir, and you're having a good rest. But I tell you what, stay active is the main thing. I would always recommend, if you can, go and get an e-bike, because you'll have a lot of fun going out on an e-bike, and you'll keep your cardiovascular fitness up to spec. You don't have to go hammer and tong at it like I do. You can take it nice and easy. So this gives us an idea here. This is... we've got CPR 1234 saying VS131 now expected 12:26. Interesting. Okay, so let me just have a look at this one. The one that's rolling now. This is off to Los Angeles, and of course we all know those terrible fires that are happening out in LA at the moment. Now's the time. Look at this. Tell you what, so I did say to Darren, I did ask him whether he's going left or right. He said he's going right, but I don't know. Looking at that, because that's an LA bound, a westbound jet, and I did say to him that sometimes the westbound jets can make a left turn after wheels up, or a right turn. All depends on the routing that they've been given, I'm guessing, on the flight plan. It's another Virgin jet, isn't it? Copy, GP. What's that about? Okay, this is what I'm hoping they'll be doing, making a right bank, because that's the sharpest of the two. When they go left, they generally tend to make a slight turn left and then hold it on that course for a while before heading over the north of London, and then well, okay, Aerotiques, thank you. we'll see what we can do. Well, give him the PO box address, GP, and get him to send it to us, and then we'll forward it on. We want to go and see Aerotiques, yeah, so we might be able to just pick it up when we're there. Oh, I love the old. Look at this. I say old. We were talking about last night with a raked wingtip, folks. There it is. Yeah. How's that sounding? Oh, Dave Yearsley, thank you. He's the de-icing manager, did you say? At Manchester, supervisor at Manchester. Thank you, Dave. Always great to do something like that. I'd love to get up there and do a piece with you, Dave. I don't know if that can be arranged or what, but now you can see the. You can clearly see what aircraft have or haven't been de-iced by usually a staining on the fuselage. Easy rotate for this Dreamliner. See the tip, see the wing tip, folks. It's really difficult at the moment, I've got to be honest with you. I've got the sun right at me. I'm shooting straight into the sun. Well, not so much shooting straight into the sun, but as they come past me, and it's always there. It's kind of a got Droopy Draws as a new member. Welcome, Droopy. And Sean C has gifted a channel membership. Thanks, Sean. Has this one been de-iced, I think? Oh, look, it's the Viet jet in it. Vietnam jet. Yeah, they've got icing fluid pouring off the wings there, I think. Listen to this thing, man. Now, if she's high enough, we'll catch the tail end of it. And you'll see that that fluid pouring off the back of it. Funky shot. Wow. Yeah, they got their work cut out there at Manchester, haven't they? You know, sometimes it's a case of being overwhelmed, isn't it? Really. But I would always say prepare for the worst, and then you're kind of sorted, aren't you? We're in 12:30 estimated departure time now. I think that might be. I think these, to be honest with you, these the de-icing procedures will cause delays, or should I say, a backup. Kev Miller. Funky shot. Chris Merson. Dan Dare -6 at lunchtime. Where's that? So obviously, like we say, the viscosity of the fluid is quite thin on these jets today, because they don't need to stay on there for any particular amount of time. Right now they're good. Go on, girl. think that's a clip wing, isn't it? Is that a clip wing, or has she got tips on her? I think she's. I think that's a clip wing 200, one of the originals. Oh, okay. We do have a an Ockham departure for Virgin VS131 confirmed. That's good. So she will turn right like this. Obviously, we've got the sun right at us. Not ideal for the scenario, but hey, you know what? If you've got a family watching, they'll be just as happy to see him go. Still working on the old radar, mate. What you reckon then, Harry? I don't know, Bob. Give it a clout? No, don't give it a clout, son. There's people watching. I don't know. What's that screw do there? I don't know what they're doing. Maybe just a, what? Looks like a connectivity issue, possibly. Looks like a hardware issue, I don't know. Melanie, thank you. Departure has just changed to 12:05. Big old line-up for the de-icing cruise there, man. Look at that. I say de-icing. Yeah, I'm guessing it is de-ice, not anti-ice. Singapore 777 on the push, starting her engines up. During pad de-icing, we have direct contact to ATC. Yes, there we go. I was going to say at all times. Yes, indeed. Is that air traffic control or is that ground control? I don't know, Dave. Have they yet been pushed across to ground air traffic control, or is it just ground? I don't know. John, Algeria, Les. Dandare 146, Northern Scotland. Oh, there we go. Gillian Sankey, Dave Yearsley correcting himself to ATC. JP Cross, number 2 start on the 777. Again, they're going to be on 9ers tomorrow, so oh yeah. Looks like a Delta 330, one of the old 200s. Come on, girl. Old school Pram Whitneys. CF6 we're going to take the Prax. Yeah. When I'm westbound, I always try and sit on the right-hand side of the jet because obviously that's the non-sunny side. Vader and Jedi working away down there. Dave Yearsley, it's pad de-ice. Okay, it is de-icing. Okay, so they are de-icing. All right. Okay, so very thin layer of frost built up on the aircraft overnight. People here in the south of the UK may have woken up this morning outside a layer of white frost. It's not going to be any other colour, is it? So as Dave's saying there, they are de-icing these aircraft. So this will be a very thin layer. I'm guessing either type 1 or type 2. Is that right, Dave? Can someone tell the details for the pilot retirement flight, Sue Cruz? This is Gary, folks. Captain Gary. Been with Virgin Atlantic for 26 years. Originally came from the RAF, did a full career in the RAF, training on Tornadoes. How about that, folks? Tornado, as far as I remember, was the swing wing, a swing wing jet, which is pretty damn cool. And of course he's flown with the A330, A340, 747, and now the A350. So finishing off on a beautiful airliner. Oh, okay, Dave Yearsley, departure control / ground. There we go. So it's not the guys up in the big tower. They're on the ground, in the ground tower. I don't know where the ground. I think I'm not sure if the ground tower, the ground, the folks controlling the ground movements are actually in the main tower, but just one place below the main air traffic controllers at the top. So it's a definitely a double story up there on the tower. I'm wondering if maybe the ground control are on the lower section of that tower. Clive Clark, good morning. Jez Bass, watching pigeons skiing down the conservatory roof and throwing birds seed. Sophie Ellie, do we know the name of the captain retiring? Yes, it's Gary. Let me just get his surname here. Was it Gary? His wife Anna is cabin crew, and her sister Liz is on board as well. I think it's. Let me just get there. I think it's Stingmore. Captain Gary Stingmore, ladies and gents. And of course we've got Senior First Officer Darren, who's flying with him, Darren Francis. And of course Gary Stingmore's wife is on board, Anna, and her sister Liz as well. I imagine it's just flying out there as family or... Oh, what? The sister? Oh, wow, okay, so apparently Liz is the cabin crew supervisor, maybe, or is Anna? I'm not sure. But, Cheryl Howard, good morning. Hope you're all doing well, folks. It's the weekend. XS. How many times have you been asked in these live broadcasts? Oh, what camera? Yes, every single time, Max, to be honest with you. One of the most commonly asked questions on Big Jet TV, because this camera is, well, the Panasonic camera, because we've been using this this camera and different variants of it. They've obviously been upgraded since we started using them. Started with the VS1, then the VS1. I'd have to let Jilly run through all the different variants of it, but we're on the VS3 right now. Any chance that you can put any of them up, GP? Okay, stand by. We're going to put a few pictures up, folks. Oh, okay. Well, I've got some, Jilly. I've got some. Yeah. Stand by. Okay, so here we are. Here's a little video. Which can we play out a video, Jilly? Okay, stand by. There's one. Stand by, folks. Viz is clearing a little bit down there now, so that's quite handy. Gonna throw a few, just let me know when you're doing that, GP, yeah? Oh, okay, stand by. Okay, so okay. Are they tiny then, or are they too? What, the video, or? All right. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Are they gonna defrost the 380? So they might do. Thank you, mate. We've got regular members here who give us information on aircraft and their destinations. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. So much going on here as well. Obviously, I could give you details on every aircraft and every destination, but we kind of leave that up to you. Oh, okay. There's the fluid pouring off the wing there. But we kind of like the interaction with you guys letting us know, rather than me just feeding it to you. It's kind of lazy that way, isn't it? Yeah! Go on, Cathay! Beautiful, man. Now you see see how flexed her wings are. Quite interesting last night's show. We were talking about the wingtip devices from the early days of the A310, the start out with the A310, all the way through to the 777-9 with a folding wingtip. 11 feet that component is, believe it or not. 11 feet, much like the 767-300 wingtip device. Blended wingtip. Wow, trying to stay with your comments, folks. It's a little bit difficult, but I'll keep tap away. Nice sound. Always nice to get the odd, every now and then, a random person coming in and saying nice sound, because that's a bit of feedback for me to know that the audio's working nicely. And that has to be, I don't know if it's in any way improved with the road wireless Pro system, which we're running now, still with a lavalier mic, believe it or not. Alexis, why is it looking so smoky? Well, because there's a little bit of heat, a little bit of haze down there. It's just the conditions. But also, that's Turkish's 777. I guess they sorted out that problem the other day that we believe was related to a technical issue with the onboard systems, giving them a little bit of a heads up that there was possibly, yeah, the 380, is it 380? No, she's turned. Kev Miller, cold air, low sun. There we go. It's probably something to do with you can see the haze, brownish haze. What's that, GP? Sorry, repeat. Yeah, GP. That's actually quite a good point there from Wilma. Wilma about the pinned. I think just put pinned up there too. Yeah. Capped. Yeah, I know. Capped. Yeah, people don't read descriptions, mate. Capped Gary retirement. Just put that. Okay, all right. Capped Gary retirement. VS131, something like that. So retirement flight. They're not going to do that, are they? They're not going to do that. We all are, mate. I'm just as guilty as everybody else with it. Just, not, we want everything on demand, isn't it? We all want it. Interesting. One thing that I didn't. One thing that I didn't mention last night, of course, there's so many things when you research into wing tip device development, etc. One thing that I didn't mention last night, because I looked it up afterwards, because for whatever reason I was doing more research into wing tips, but Airbus actually have a team based at Hawarden in Wales, folks. Biomimicry, a fresh approach to aviation innovation. Birds and sharks are inspiring engineers to design lighter and more fuel-efficient aircraft. So that's quite interesting. Those guys down there in Hawarden have got a team down there. I wonder if that is actually the guys that are responsible for developing the wingtip devices or the blended devices on the A330neo and possibly there and the A350. If they are, they should have made a bigger point of it because it's a beautiful piece of construction. And oh my god, got another hour, folks. Well, people ain't going to be bothered about that, are they? Blimey, a big delay for his last flight, eh? So still a lot of moisture on the runway, and quite a bit of that is possibly down to the fluid. He's the first person going to come and say it's not in Wales. Or tell me to pronounce it correctly or whatever. If I go back to Louisville, I'm going back to Louisville. It's as simple as that. Not Louisville. I'm not American, so I won't pronounce it like Americans do. Okay. Oh, that's a big old heavy coming from the east. Where's he at? Ghost ship tonight on CNN. I've even heard people on news channels say Louisville, and I've heard people pronounce it differently. Americans pronounce it differently as well. So I don't know, man. You'll never please everybody, will you? Obviously. Look, that 380 at the end. There's at least he's turning his back on them. Not interested. No, don't want it. No frost on me, mate. Dan Dare 146 re-Jerry's stream the other day, A380 ramp loading freight version. Could you imagine a military version? Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, it is an interesting concept, isn't it? But it is something that would have to be heavily researched in terms of the physical possibilities of cutting into, literally cutting the back end out of an A380, creating a huge set of doors, and then an internal ramp, much like the IL-76 that we've seen so many times before. John Algeria 727-200 cutting his teeth. Formula Thermal, the B757, Boeing 757, is designed as a heavy due to the wake turbulence it produces. Interesting. That will be down to, really? That will possibly, 757-200, so we're talking about ones without the wingtip device, which creates turbulence, vortices. Eric asked, Lufthansa 747 flying out. Oh, we might be up for a... Wow, look at all that! Flipping heck, they're coming from everywhere, look at that. Look at all those trails, man. Hello! 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 Down here! Over there! Up here! All right, mate! All right! Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, of course, we're cutting into it, aren't we? We're going to be cutting into it, aren't we? Okay, you ready to get run it? Look at that wing, ladies and gentlemen. See that wing flex video that we posted, or wing structural test that we posted last night on the show. That's Aero Mexico, isn't it? Oh no, it's United. Sorry, sorry. I just saw the flash at the back there, that pinstripe at the back there. Big old spool up for this Dreamliner. Hydromage. Look at the top, Hydromage. Look at the top of the pin at the top, Hydromage. Oh, okay. funk it up, look. Wow. Oh, look at the you can see it pouring off the back of the jet there. You still see the defrosting. It's a bit like going out in the morning and covering your windshield with de-icing fluid. Frozen beard does like the 787 wing. It's a beautiful wing, isn't it? Well, I have to say, wow, listen to this thing. Thai. Yeah, man. It's quite interesting to see the 777-9 flap configuration. In fact, to be honest with you, flight surfaces on the 777-9. The 777-9 has more of a Dreamliner wing than it does a 777 wing, and of course it is an all-carbon wing. So fair play to Boeing again. I think it's sort of like it's not appreciated by many that the 777-9. Oh, I can hear this thing spool up. Look out for the back of the jet, folks. Okay, ready for the big girl. Sitting there down at. Yeah, that's because of the de-icing procedures. It causes backups, doesn't it? Kev Miller. Oh yeah, look at all of de-icing fluid pouring off those wings, man. Oh, she's heavy. Mini sling. Yeah. Yeah, the 777-9 is definitely a hybrid jet, isn't it? 787 wing, giant 787 wing, giant engines, and a big beefy 777-300 fuselage on steroids. You can hear them spooling up, man. That definitely shows that the wind, they're taking off into a tailwind, man. I hope they don't change, man. If they do, I'm staying here, mate. Lowlander. Airbus expecting to deliver its first Pratt & Whitney powered A321 XLR shortly to budget carrier Whiz. First? See? Doesn't make any sense. They've already delivered many Pratt & Whitney. Oh, easy, mate, easy. Go on, son. Wow. Nice low departure, man. It just might be relevant. Okay, look at the de-icing fluid pouring off this thing, man. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Good 20 grand's worth of fluid coming off of that. You're a wonderful thing, baby. Wonderful. Ain't she beautiful? Big, beautiful bird. I've noticed that many people travel to Miami from Heathrow. Indeed, they do. Well, really, to be honest with you, all the US cities are more or less, or major cities are. But yeah, you're right. Miami is a very popular route. New York, probably the most popular. Probably the most heavily. Lee Hesp, thank you, Lee. Reginald Archer. Do airplanes have de-icer for when they are at full height if they have problems? Negative, Reginald. Well, the engines do have de-icing systems within them. Heaters within the engine nacelles to reduce the build-up of ice, specifically the sort of speeds they're doing at altitude, there's not really that much chance of ice build-up. However, on the descent, okay, we're hearing that pushback should be imminent. Obviously at high speed, when the aircraft is at cruise altitude, it's travelling at such a speed that ice build-up is highly unlikely, even though it's like minus 61 or something crazy like that. Because obviously realistically, that you're not flying through cloud and stuff like that. But on the descent, as the aircraft slows down, there is always the chance of picking up some ice or ice build-up. So the engines do have anti-ice systems built into them, which is what Southwest had a problem with one of their 737 Maxes, with the LEAP engine, the LEAP 1B engine, with the anti-icing systems inside, which I still can't understand, because apparently the anti-ice system overheated, causing the issue for the component to fail on one of the engines. You know, it's on your standard car, a de-icing windscreen, front or back heaters on the windshield, and on the front and back windscreens. They have an auto switch, a thermostat control, don't they? Which everything that you buy that heats up electronically has an auto cut-off if it overheats. Even the bleeding hairdryer that I was using the other day to take some of the stickers off the van, because we're having a new livery put on it. That you know, you use it too harshly, and it cuts off, and it has to give itself time to cool down, and then it will start up again. I'm just surprised that you know, General Electric haven't. Okay, are we going to put some pictures up, GP? Okay, let's play the video first. Stand by, let me watch the live. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, we don't know how it's going to go. Jillie's saying that she's resized and done all of that, but anyway, here we go. VS131 is on radar, Graham Laidlaw. Miss Tigger, 1965, also confirming. Dafford Lewis, thank you, Dafford. Kev Miller, she's pushing.
You feeling, Gary?
I'm feeling fine, thank you.
Is that all the answer I'm going to get?
That's all the answer you're going to get.
Kevin Beasley, with all the hundreds of litres of antifreeze dropping from the wings, will the falling solutions also help the runway with a covering of anti-ice fluid? Oh, I guess so, potentially, yeah. Oh, there we go. Well, there we go. I mean, that's given us a little look into the... there's, I think that's Gary on the right, and yeah, I think that's Gary on the right there. Some of the cabin crew as well. I think his wife is there. I think I recognise a few of those cabin crew as well, because I've flown with Virgin so much that I'm quite familiar with some of them. Oh yeah, nice picture, GP. Nice pictures, man. And there he is. There's the man himself with his missus, I guess. And that's Anna, and her sister Liz is also cabin crew on the flight. Have you okay, there we go. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know, man. I know. But, okay, we've got a photograph of the pushback, apparently. Well, I'm not seeing any aircraft being pushed back at the moment. I'm not seeing a Virgin jet being pushed back. I mean, I think it is. I don't know if it's... Oh, it's in the cul-de-sac, is it? No, it's not. Because I saw... Oh, is it? It's in the cul-de-sac. Right, okay. Now, don't go clouting someone's tailplane, for God's sake. We've had a big enough delay as it is. Jill Perry. Catherine, nice pictures. Beverly Jaws. Looks like he was ready to launch on a rocket to the moon. Tony Eckhart. Foxy B, Melanie, EJE545. Yeah, lovely flight, especially for them all, indeed. And hello to any of the family watching. I hope you're doing well. Going to have Gary. Okay, we've got a pushback photo on screen. Tell me when it's off, GP, please. Oh yeah, nice push. Okay, so no, that's not in the cul-de-sac. Oh, look at this. Who's this? Who's that? Oh, sorry. Oh, right, okay. Air Algiers, is it? Is that a lease jet? Air Algiers lease jet, possibly? There we go, Robin Jones, Gary's brother-in-law and brother of Liz and Annie, who are crewing the flight. Many thanks for doing this, great and much appreciated. We'll always do it. If we get the opportunity to do it, folks, we will always do something like this for any crew. Is that her there? Is that her there? I think that's her there, isn't it? Now, no promises, folks, but we might get a little flash. We don't know. It's a long way down there. It's over 2 miles from us. Thank God for Panasonic's VX3 camera. It's actually not so much. It doesn't really matter, does it? That it's. Let's go. She's glistening there. School, you know the score. Beautiful. Espionage. That's the word that I was looking for last night, wasn't it? Espionage. Between Boeing and Airbus. Difficult to keep that kind of stuff under wraps, though, and as soon as you put it on a plane, the rest of them have all seen it, haven't they? Polaroids flying about all over the gaff. To see that jet with minimal livery on it. What's going on there then? How long's that one been in their fleet, or is it, like I say, a lease jet with a temporary? Mind you, you would have thought that if they're going to temporarily, no, since 2005. Interesting. So she's got no. I wonder if they're possibly retiring that jet. Interesting. Little Joey, she's going out to remote. I can imagine. And there's our jet, VS131, folks. Let's get Captain Gary to #1, ladies and gentlemen. Let's we should. I think it's only right that we do that, isn't it? We've done it many, many times for pilots all around the world, and aircraft as well. Not just the pilots, but the aircraft as well. Is she Purple Rain then, GP? She's number 5, Sandra Boyle saying, thank you. Aaron Thomas, okay, so Qantas is pushing back. Yes, of course, it's the little Joey, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. Okay, keep trying, because you've probably got another 10 minutes before she's lined up. We got to keep her at number 1, by the way, folks. That's the critical thing. Got to keep her at number 1. Let's just say Gary. Let's get Gary to number 1. Rick Freeman, photographer. Thank you. Sandra Bourne now number 4. Kev Miller, Trish, Beverly George. Oh, it's Rainbow. There we go. Gem C, Avro number 4. Morgan, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem really. We should easily get a number 1. Melanie's got laptop and phone both on Flight Radar 24. Make sure that you filter VS131, folks. She'll be on your screen now. She may go off radar, bear in mind. Dave Carrington, VS131, number 4, thank you. 1500 tracking her, Droopy Draws, Alan Dix, Karina. I think you'll find that a lot of people around the world will probably, purely out of nosiness, will want to know why VS131 is at number high up in the rankings on Flight Radar 24. And therefore, as a result, probably jump on it. Beverly George, now number 3. Anthony Allen, Jules Harris, Celtic Mel, Catherine, Mark Appleby. Oh, it's number 1 on Plane Finder. There we go. Wings, Engines and Rudders, Brian Stewart. John Algeria, Jet Jam, indeed. Dave Carrington, Chirping Bird, Gem C, number 3, flying up the list. Droopy Draws, 1,852 now tracking her. Rick Freeman, photographer. Sandra Boyle, Alan Dix, Nath, thank you guys, really appreciate it. Let's do all we can. She should get to number 1, but let's get her to. Are you ready, GP? Okay, we're going to play out. We're going to have another go. We're going to have another go with 2K now tracking, EJ545, Daffyd Lewis, 2 now, Gem C. She's number 1 already. Okay, let's just play a little video, folks. Here we go.
How you feeling, Gary?
I'm feeling fine, thank you.
Is that all the answer I'm going to get?
That's all the answer you're going to get. Oh no, I'm mortified.
Nice one. Cool. See how big that window is, man. It's crazy, isn't it? 2,600 now. Yeah, we've got to keep her at number 1, folks. Keep her up there. It's like spinning plates now. Keep the plates active. Oh, Andy Williams, Air Algiers are replacing their 332s with 339s. There we go. So she's due for, she's probably, I'd imagine, a bit like what with Virgin Atlantic retiring their A330-300s. They were probably due for retirement a lot sooner than what they are. So Air Algiers making plans for Nigel to get those jets out of their livery. But obviously there's probably some delays in getting their new jets from Airbus. Brian Stewart, I don't know. I don't think so. Believe it or not. I know it might sound a little bit mean that you've been there for 26 years and then you're sort of like off the record all of a sudden. But yeah, I mean, you know, Captain Gary, along with his family, have obviously enjoyed the perks of having a captain or a pilot. Wow, look how thick that smog is down there, man. Look at the, you can see the line there, folks. It's crazy, isn't it? I would imagine that wow, Aaron Thomas, that 380 behind him is 2 hours late. Yeah, I'd imagine if you look on the arrivals and departures board, folks, this is a 787 lining up, so that's not him yet. Yeah, thanks to Jeffrey Phillips, by the way, for the photos. Thanks, Chris. Chris O, I know you're listening. He landed this morning. He wanted to join me up here, but he didn't bring a big, thick coat with him. Would have been a little bit difficult, obviously, up here on Hilton Garden Inn. If we were going to be on the courtyard, I would have got him out there. But, yeah, hope you're well, Chris O, and made it home safe and sitting up, enjoying a nice cup of cocoa. $3,400 plus people tracking Captain Gary on VS131. Of course, we're covering all these departures before Gary departs. Beautiful sound from the engines. We only want what's best for him. Okay, and thank you, Darren, for the original reach last night, just before we went live on the extra channel. Got the message from Darren. And immediately contacted him. Butter, as he is known to a few of his friends and family. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And he came. He was over the top of us and landed, and I called his landing out butter. That's a left turn. That's a Lambourne departure, isn't it? We've got a Bovingdon departure for Captain Gary. Okay, I'm going to go on my flight radar now and see exactly where he's lined up, because I don't want to. Okay, there he is. VS131. She's lined up, 2 to go. Let's just see if we can pick him up. It's an afternoon United jet. Streamliner off to Sao Paulo, then a United jet lining up, and so soon we should see. Now what we got to look out for is the nose wheel light, to see whether we might get a flicker. Again, nothing promised folks, because of the way it is. But obviously they're delayed. They want to get this thing up and in the air as quick as possible. Long run for that Dreamliner. He's turning on now. There he is. Okay. Let's focus on Gary now, folks. She's still at number one. When I say she, I mean the jet, but he being Gary. Let's get her to number one. Get him back to number one if we can, folks. He's still number one. Fully deserved. Thank you, Morgan. Right, okay. As he lines up, let's watch the... look out for the... There it is. There it is. I think we got a little bit of a flash there. Yeah. There it is. Thanks, mate. Yeah. For the love of aviation. Blimey, I tell you what. I wish I could show you. 777 going out very low. Cliff takeoff, Gary. The runway is yours. Fire it up. It's gone long, gone very long, and all the way out to the Bovingdon. Wow. Oh, sorry. No. Biggin, sorry. Ockham departure, my apologies. There you go, thanks, Gary. To Gary and the family and everybody, we really appreciate what you've done for 26 years of service, man. 26 years, and when you get back, contact us. We'd love to do something more with you if you want to do something. But apart from that, happy retirement, Gary. And I say that probably on behalf of all of my members and everybody watching as well. It's quite interesting, isn't it? You've got to look at the next generation, folks, because that's 3 retirements this week. 3 pilot retirements with Virgin Atlantic alone. So we've got to have kids and other youngsters filling those seats. And we're hoping to do some more stuff on that in the upcoming months and over the space of the year to try and get more kids into flying and appreciating how much of a cool job it is working in the aviation industry. Thanks everybody, really appreciate it. Thanks to Trish and Jilly and did Darren come in today? I don't know. But thank you everybody, look after yourselves. We will see you tomorrow. Look out for your notifications. Cheers, bye. And if young Nigel says he's happy, he must be happy, he must be happy, he must be happy in his